This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video on my own personal YouTube channel. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me today. As always, it is very much appreciated. We're heading into the last week of June now, Wednesday, the 25th of June, leading up to the Irish Derby this weekend held at the Curragh. So what we're doing this week is we're just taking a look, seeing what they've served up for us in this year's Irish Derby and seeing if there is any last-minute horses that we can get on side, possibly, onto the Classic Watch 25 website. We will be taking a look at another horse that is based in Ireland in a moment. But firstly, where can people find all these horses? ClassicWatch25.great/site.net is where people can find the horses. You will see that the Roll of Honour is coming along quite nicely now. We've got Australian horses, Japan, USA, UK, Ireland and France. The Roll of Honour hasn't been updated for quite a while. It's only updated when horses are added to the site. At the moment, all the races like Mini Hawks, Oaks Win, for instance, races like that just aren't listed on the site at this stage. Hopefully, throughout the year, I will be able to update the site in due course a lot quicker and a lot more effectively than what I have been at the moment. But ahead of the Irish Middle Distance Classics, it's still very much about horse identification rather than monitoring horses that we've identified. And the horse we're going to take a look at today is Green Impact. Green Impact, a 3-year-old colt trained by Jessica Harrington, owned by Markstown Farms SC, which is the breeding operation of Hong Kong-based gambler Mark Chan. The horse sired by Wootton Bassett out of a dam called Emerald Green, who herself was sired by Galileo, and the horse, as well as owned by Markstown Farms, was bred by Mark Chan. People take a look at the form of Green Impact. They will see the horse is a listed winner last time out. In early June, the horse won the listed Glencairn Stakes over 1 mile, 1 furlong by half a length, beating Coverwood, running to a racing post rating of 114. Before that, the horse was 6th in the UK 2000 Guineas. So this horse has already had a run round in a classic. 6th behind Ruling Court, beaten 6 3/4 lengths, running to a racing post rating on the day of 107. The horse is also a Group 2 winner at 2. In September 2024, the horse won the KPMG Champions Juvenile, beating Classic Watch 25 horse Delacroix by half a length in a 4-runner race at Leopardstown, running to a mark of 109. The horse also beat Delacroix to get off the mark at Leopardstown. This horse has won 3 times at Leopardstown, has only run once at the Curragh, where he finished 2nd on the debut, running to a mark of 91. So you'll see the horse could be arguably is still heading in the right direction. Is 114 the best of this horse's ability? It was a good improvement from the Guineas. One thing people would have to worry about, obviously, looking at the form of the horse, is the trip. You know, 1.5 miles, the horse is trying an extra 3 furlongs for the very first time, a very bold move. Let's see. It'll be interesting to see how the horse responds to that. Shane Foley, the jockey, has ridden him on all 5 of his starts. People see the entries for Green Impact. You'll see he's entered in the duty free, the Irish Derby this Sunday, the 29th of June, which is a 10-1 shot at the moment. The horse is also entered in the Eclipse on the 5th of July, and the horse is also entered in the King George on the 26th of July. It's not entered in any St Ledgers, this horse, Green Impact. So this might be his only shot at a derby, the Irish Derby, unless the horse turns up in the German Derby. You never know. So at the 3-day stage, this horse, Green Impact, is definitely entered in the Irish Derby. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick look at him, I think, and we'll see what we think. It is only fair to do that. The horse, like we said, 3 wins and 1 second from 5 starts. Career earnings of €129,470 and 7,088 UK pounds. The horse only out of the first two in one of his 4 starts up to this date. You'll see there Group 2 and listed winner at 2 and 3, the Glencairn Stakes. So everything nicely up to date. At this stage, you'll see there from the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database that Green Impact is down the line 1E. So what we'll do today is I think we'll take a look at the first 6 dams of the horse. We'll take a look at any decent horses that we find along the way. And then we'll watch the horse win twice. We're not going to watch it win its maiden because it never won on debut. We're going to watch it win the Group 2 KPMG Juvenile Stakes, and then we'll watch it win the listed Glencairn Stakes, which I think is the first 3-year-old and above race taken out by a Classic Watch 25 possible this year. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that if and when the horse gets on the website. Very interesting horse, this, I do think, Green Impact. It'll be interesting to see how the horse goes. So, right, we're going to start now taking a look at some horses. The dam, Emerald Green, was a mare born in 2017, sired by Galileo, out of Applauded. People see that Emerald Green was only finished second twice in her 10 starts, earning €4,499 in her career. She only troubled the judge on them 2 occasions when trained by Aidan O'Brien, being sold for 475,000 guineas in 2021. And you'll see through Green Impact, she is a black type producer, bred by Norlands, Bloodstock and Lofts Hall. You'll see they paid quite a lofty fee for her as a 4-year-old. Be interesting to see. You know, she didn't really hit any great shakes on the track, Emerald Green. She is quite a nicely bred horse, though. They applauded the second dam. She's also the dam of a couple of horses that I found. Alphabet, the first one, a mare, born in 2014, sired by Lawman, out of Applauded. People see there that Alphabet raced 17 times in her career, 1 win, 3 seconds and 2 thirds, finishing in the first 3 in 6 of 17 starts, earnings of €79,676 in her career. She might have only got her head in front once, but she had some decent form, it's fair to say. She was placed second in the Group 2 Flying 5 Stakes and the Group 3 Renaissance Stakes. And she also finished third in the Group 3 Ballyogan Stakes and the listed Midsummer Sprint Stakes at Cork. Placed in 4 pattern races, trained by Aidan O'Brien. She just couldn't get her head in front, could she? More than once in her career. Mirage is another one we need to look at, a mare born in 2013, sired by Oasis Dream, out of Applauded again. Mirage raced 11 times in her career, 3 wins and a second place. So in the first 2 in 4 out of 11 starts, earnings of $115,803 US. Mirage again, she had a decent career at 2. She was a stakes winner at 3, winner of the China Doll Stakes at Santa Anita, and at 2 she was placed in the Surfer Girl Stakes, also at Santa Anita. This one owned, I think, by Fitchery Hay and bred again by Norlands Stud. She won on debut at Brighton and then sent to the USA. We're going to take a look at a horse now called Amnesia, a mare born in 2011, sired by Invincible Spirit, out of Applauded. You can see that Amnesia raced 15 times in her career, 2 wins and 3 thirds. In the first 3 in 5 of 15 starts, earnings of $63,810 US in her career. Amnesia. People see that Amnesia managed to win the Wine Country Stakes, one of those multitude of stakes races out in America. Amnesia, but she is the dam of a horse I found, St. Anthony, a gelding born in 2019, sired by Frankel's brother, Noble Mission, out of Amnesia. St. Anthony won 6 out of 21 starts and was third on one occasion. for earnings of $332,926 This gelding, St. Anthony, had a decent enough career. He managed to win 4 stakes races, including the Robert Dupre Derby, the Alcatraz Stakes, the Red Bank Stakes, and the Oceanport Stakes in his career. We're up now to the second dam of the horse, Applauded, a mare born in 2005, sired by Royal Applause, out of Frappe. People see that Applauded was in the first 3 in 3 out of 5 starts, 1 win, 1 second and 1 third, earnings of 8,218 UK pounds in her career. People will see that Applauded, I'm not sure if she had any black type form. No, she didn't. Black type placed broodmare at the moment, trained by Brian Meehan and then Christophe Clement in the USA, another one, bred by Norland's Bloodstock. So the second dam fell a bit short on the track, unfortunately, and like you said, couldn't really find much out of her that did anything. Power is an interesting one. What to Frappe already now, really. Frappe, the second dam of the horse. Frappe, a mare born in 1996, sired by Inchinor out of Glatisant. Frappe only won 1 out of her 6 starts, earning 4,881 UK pounds. Another one who managed to just win 1 race. And she, as we're saying here, is a multiple black type producer, Frappe, as well as producing the rather average second dam of our horse, Green Impact, called Applauded. She has bred some very nice horses, and we're going to take a look at some of them now. Power, a horse born in 2009, sired by Oasis Dream out of Frappe. So this horse here, Power, very good horse, classic winner. The horse raced 9 times in his career, 5 wins and 2 seconds. In the first 2 in 7 out of 9 starts, earnings of €369,031 and 116,409 UK pounds. Like I said, classic winner back in 2012, winner of the Irish 2,000 guineas. At 2, the horse won the Group 1 Irish National Stakes as well, and the horse won the Group 2 Coventry Stakes and the listed Marble Hill Stakes, as well as finished second in another 2 Group 1 races, the Phoenix Stakes and the Dewhurst at Newmarket. Very good horse. Obviously, form like that, the horse has been quite in demand at stud. Sired plenty of horses, Power, in his career. You can see he sired 875 horses in his career, Power, of which 593 of them have ran. Between them, 342 horses have won 1,089 races. The horse has sired 27 individual stakes winners, who between them have won 44 stakes races. And the horse has also sired 14 individual graded race winners, who between them have won 19 graded races. Very interesting stallion. People see him in business at 2, 3 and 4. If this is a stallion that they fancy, and the colts seem to be holding sway over the fillies. Where of distances, we'll take a look at the distances as well. We do there. You see, apart from extreme distances, really, up to anything, they seem in business really. Although 10 of the stakes winners have come between 7 furlongs and a mile, which people would probably expect for a Guineas winner, wouldn't they? People take a look. The horse in all countries, he's ran quite well. He's had over 100 go round from in 3 places: Australia, New Zealand, and Great Britain. He's had 50 go round in France, 83 go round in Singapore, 24 go round in Hong Kong. You'll see that most of his pattern winners were in fact sired, seemingly, in New Zealand. The horse did quite well there. Sired a few in Ireland as well. And his best progeny, Sonny Boy Liston, won obviously the classic winner, won the Irish St Ledger. Helvet Dream won the Tassels Gold Cup. Law of Indices won the Prix Jean Prat and the Railway Pontos. Some plenty of good horses there. Group 2 winner there, the Prix de Gros Group 2. So the 3 individual Group 1 winners sired by Power. But yeah, interesting horse, without any shadow of a doubt. Curvy is a mare born in 2012, sired by Galileo out of Frappe. Curvy won 5 of her 11 starts and was third in one more. Earnings of €99,610, €125,542 UK pounds, 3,241 US dollars, and 112,359 Canadian dollars. Crafty, a very good horse. She won the 2015 Group 1 EP Taylor Stakes. She also won the Group 2 Ribblesdale Stakes and the Group 3 Gallinal Stakes. Classic placed in the Irish Oaks of 2015. Curvy, very good horse, and a black type producer. 2 foals in the pipeline by Sayuni. These are the ones I found. Angeal, a filly, born in 2022, sired by Wootton Bassett out of Curvy. Angeal won 3 of her first 4 starts, a horse that has never been out of the first 2. According to this site, earnings of €88,000 in France. In the horse there won the Group 3 Pre-6 Perfections last year of 2024 and was also placed in the Group 3 Prix du Mal at Longchamp. Only updated in 2024. Don't know if the horse was raced this year. Caisson, a gelding, born in 2018, sired by Warfront out of Kirby. Caisson won 4 of his 26 starts, second 6 times and third twice. In the first 3 in 12 of 26 starts, earnings of $158,805 US dollars in his career. Caisson was second in the Group 3 Cecil B. DeMille Stakes of 2020 at Delmar. Some interesting horses, without any shadow of a doubt. Thakafart, a mare born in 2002, sired by Unferwain out of Frappe. Thakafart's raced 8 times in her career, 3 wins and 1 second. Earnings of $189,984 US dollars. Thakafart enjoyed a decent career as well, another winner of the Ribblesdale in 2005, and she was also second in the listed Lupe Stakes at Goodwood as well. She hasn't really foaled as much as people would have liked, though. The best one I could find was this one, and she's only the second dam of this one, Romanosa, a filly born in 2018, sired by Holy Roman Emperor out of Al Maharusa. People will see that Thakafart is the second dam of this horse. Romanosa has won 1 out of 8 starts, 2 seconds and 4 thirds. So in the first 3 in 7 out of 8 starts, earnings of €51,900 in France. Romanosa at 3 was placed in the listed Prix Ceres at Fontainebleau in 2021. So there's not really as much out of Thakafart as people would have liked, it's fair to say. Highbrow is an interesting horse, a horse born in 2015, sired by Intello out of Wild Gardenia. People will see that Frappe is the second dam of this horse. Highbrow was placed 3 times out in the first 3 out of 4 starts, winning once and earning £13,938 in his career. Highbrow was placed in 2 listed races, the Cecil Frail, the Cocktat Stakes at Goodwood and the Newmarket Stakes at Newmarket when trained by David Simcock. Time now to take a look at the third dam of our horse. Green Impact is actually the 4th dam, my mistake, Glatisant. We're going to take a look at now. Glatisant, a mare born in 1991, sired by Rainbow Quest out of Dancing Rocks. Glatisant, people will see, raced 9 times in her career, 2 wins and 1 second, for earnings of £31,149 UK pounds. People see that Glatisant managed to win the Group 3 Prestige Stakes of 1993, and she was also placed in the listed Joel Stakes at Newmarket Very good horse, a broodmare of 2 stallions. We're going to take a look at both of them in a minute. Sadly died in July 2020 at Anthony Oppenheimer's Hascombe and Valiant stud. Group 3 winner, 4th dam of our horse. Already mentioned one of them there, Footsteps in the Sand, a horse born in 2002. Sired by Giant's Causeway out of Glatisant. Footsteps in the Sand was also actually unbeaten, 3 starts and 3 victories in a very likely race career. Earnings of 427,826 US dollars, sorry. Classic winner. Footsteps in the Sand, the winner of the 2005 UK 2000 Guineas, and also a winner of the Group 3 Killervallen Stakes of 2004. Entered stud at Cornwall Island, shuttled to Australia, shuttled as well in his time to Chile, and 2020 went to Castlehide Stud in Ireland, which is the Coolmore National Hunt branch. It's still very much to the fore. He's had a very good stallion career again. Available fee of €8,000 at 2025. You'll see he's sired plenty of horses, 2,120 horses by Footsteps on the Sand have hit the ground at one point, have been born. 1,697 of them have ran. And between them, 1,087 horses have won 3,754 races all over the world. The horse side 74 individual stakes winners, who between them are responsible for 151 stakes race victories. And the horse has also sired 39 individual graded winners, who between them are responsible for 83 graded races in total. You'll see there, the horse side 14, side 25 graded winners there, graded stakes winners in 2011, and in 2009-10 did plenty as well. 2007 was a good sire really in his day. You'll see there at 2, 3 and 4 people are in business with whatever they choose, and with this one I'd say it's fairly even. Although the stakes winners are 42-32 in favour of the fillies. The fillies hold their own in the stakes winners, but the colt's worth a lot more of the fillies when it comes to average earnings. You see the distances again. Graded winner at every distance stored on Aryan pedigree, although most of them have gone round at a mile and below. It's fair to say. And again, you'll see the horse has had so many horses go round for him. He's had over 100 horses go round in 5 places, 510 in Britain, 278 in France, 308 in Ireland, 290 in Argentina, and 152 in Italy, where he has sired 10 individual stakes winners there. 16 of his 16 stakes winners have come in France. So he's done quite well in France, it's fair to say. And not too bad in Germany. Out of 63 horses, 5 stakes winners. Yeah, very interesting stallion. It's fair to say, Footsteps in the Sand has been throughout his career, probably winding down a bit now. You'll see through his crop last year he had only 46 born last year after 102 the year before. He's been a solid 100 horse crop for the last 4 years after dipping a little bit there. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much life this horse has got. It's been a stallion for a very long time. Footsteps in the Sand, and a credit to connections. Pedro the Great sadly didn't have as much luck. Sadly passed away in August 2019. A horse sired by Henry the Navigator out of Glatisant. Pedro the Great raced 5 times in his career, managed to win 2 times. Earnings of €131,600. You'll see there the horse won the Group 1 Phoenix Stakes at 2 in 2012 at Stud in France, where he sadly died in 2019. Couldn't really find much record of him on Aryan, but I did look on the Japanese stallion site. I can see that it's telling us he has sired two group winners, Fatal Bear and Breeze Sky. Fatal Bear winner of the Delmar Oaks and Breeze Sky winner of the Prix Paul de Moussac in France, but doesn't seem to be much else about. Pedro the Great sadly died in 2019. Belle d'Or is a mare born in 2011, sired by Medaglia d'Oro out of Glatisant. Belle d'Or raced 5 times in her career, 2 wins, 2 seconds and a third. The horse was never out of the first 3 in 5 starts. Earnings of 43,656 UK pounds. Belle d'Or, you'll see there, managed to win the listed Coral Distaff of 2014. She was also placed third in the Group 2 Dahlia Stakes of 2015, as well as finishing second in another listed race. So Group 2 placed listed winner Belle d'Or. Couldn't really find much that she'd bred, unfortunately, though, again. Sicilia is one we need to look at. Sicilia, a mare born in 2016, sired by Kingman out of Palitana. People see that Glatisant is the second dam of this horse. Cecilia raced 12 times in her career, 1 win, 2 seconds, 3 thirds in the first 3 and 6 of her 12 starts, and earnings of 69,097 US dollars. Cecilia, a decent enough career, placed in 2 listed races in France, the Group 3, Prix de Calvados of 2018, and she was also placed in the 2019 Prix Montanica in France. She has a filly by Frankel on the ground this year, owned by Al Shirar Farms. She was. Next one we need to take a look at is Coward of the County. Coward of the County, a colt born in 2022, sired by Cody Bear out of Hawajib. People will see that Glatisant is actually the third dam of this horse. Coward of the County raced 5 times so far in his career and managed to win twice. Earnings of €52,000 in Ireland and France. Coward of the County was the winner of the Group 3 Prix Francois Boutin of 2024 at Deauville. A horse trained by Joseph O'Brien. Don't think that's been seen to much effect this year at the moment, sadly. Next horse we need to take a look at is Finding Camelot, South African bred horse, born in 2016, sired by Camelot out of Saldanha Bay. Finding Camelot is a horse that raced 5 times and was in the first 3 in 4 starts. 1 win, 2 seconds and a third. Earnings of 102,600 South African Rand. Finding Camelot was actually placed in the Group 3 Langerman at Kenilworth of 2019. So Group 3 placed horse there out in South Africa. So if I had a decent look, that horse sort of proves how deep we went here. Queen Aminatu, a filly born in 2019, sired by Muhara out of Zeb in Nisa. People will see that Glatisant is also the third dam of this horse. Queen Aminatu raced 19 times in her career, 6 wins, 5 seconds and 2 thirds in the first 3 and 13 of 19 starts. She had a very good career, earnings of 217,583 UK pounds. She raced in Great Britain and France. Solid horse, Queen Aminatu. She managed to win 2 listed Fleur de Lis filly stakes in 2022 and 2023. She also won the listed Prix Miss Satamixa at Deauville and was placed third in the Group 3 Chartwell filly stakes of 2023 as well as being placed in the same race. So Group 3 placed triple listed winner, trained by Willie Haggis for the Oppenheimers, Queen Aminatu. I think it's now time to look at the 4th horse, the 4th dam. Or is it the 5th? I'm losing count now. The 5th dam, of Green Impact, Dancing Rocks. A mare born in 1979, sired by Green Dancer out of Croda Rossa, an Italian bred mare. Dancing Rocks raced 10 times in her career, 3 wins and 5 seconds. Another solid career. Earnings of 34,181 UK pounds in her career. Dancing Rocks actually won the then Group 2 Nassau Stakes at Goodwood, and she also won the listed Blue Seal Stakes, Ascot. Placed in what is now a Group 1 as well, the Coronation Stakes at Royal Ascot as well. So she won a Nassau winning Coronation Stakes placed. 5th dam. Our horse, a good solid dam line we've got of some horses here. We'll have a good look back at the end. But there's a few relatives I found that were related to her without any shadow of a doubt that it's worth taking a look at. So we'll do that now. Guy Bolger, a mare born in 1988, sired by Chris, out of Dancing Rocks. Guy Bolger raced 12 times in her career, 3 wins, 3 seconds and a third. Earnings of 40,013 UK pounds. Guy Bolger managed to win the listed Virginia Stakes, Great Britain, and was also placed in the Group 3 Select Stakes, also placed in the Lingfield Oaks Trial and the Festival Stakes, 2 more listed placed efforts. Group 3 placed listed winner, Guy Bolger. Rock Along, a mare born in 1998, sired by Deploy, out of Dancing Rocks. Rock Along raced 10 times in his career, 1 win, 2 seconds and 2 thirds, for earnings of 70,490 UK pounds. Again, Rock Along managed to win the Cheshire Oaks of 2001. He also placed in the Group 1 Yorkshire Oaks as well. So Group 1 place listed winner, who was around the classics of her era. For the Oppenheimers, Rock Along, nice horse. Very nice filly. Another one it's worth taking a look at is Marla. A horse born in 2004, sired by Galileo, out of Rainbow Goddess. People will see that Dancing Rocks is the second dam of this horse, Marla, who won 3 of his 8 starts, in the second ones and third ones, in the first 3 in 5 of 8 starts, for earnings of 322,570 UK pounds. Marla is a Royal Ascot winner of the Group 3 Queen's Vase of 2007. Classic placed in the UK St Leger the same year, and was also third in his day in the Melbourne Cup in Australia at Flemington. Entered stud in 2019 at Coolmore's National Hunt Stud at Beaches. A place where he's remained ever since, really. Available for a fee of €4,500. Churned out plenty of horses, Marla, in his career. 1,583 horses so far. But as with the National Hunt Sphere, still over half of them are yet to run, which is incredible, really. 726 ran. Between them, 340 of them have won 873 races. No stakes winners and no graded winners on the flat. Someone has run a Marla at 2. And you'll see that they've solely gone round, really, in Great Britain and Ireland. National Hunt horses, you'll see that Gail Marla's won 8 times, Annual Invictus, Ornus. There's a few with pattern race forms. This one there, Gail Marla, was third in the Albert Bartlett at the Cheltenham Festival, but I've never really rated the stallion, to be honest. It's a bit iffy, I think. But the horse is on this line and was a classic placed horse on the flat. Marla. Edinburgh Knight, a gelding born in 2007, sired by Selkirk, out of Pippa's Song. People will see that Dancing Rocks is also the second dam of this horse. Edinburgh Knight won 6 of his 28 starts, 4 times second and 1 time third. 11 out of 28 in the first 3. Earnings of 102,776 UK pounds. Edinburgh Knight was second in the Group 3 Criterion Stakes of 2012. Nightbird is another one out of Pippa's Song, born in 1994, sired by Night Shift, out of Pippa's Song. Nightbird won 5 of her 9 starts for earnings of 62,756 UK pounds. The horse wasn't placed very often, according to these. The horse was actually 5th in the French 1,000 Guineas of 1997, and I did look at the form on the Arian page, and the horse did win 3 listed races, Nightbird, and was 5th in the French 1,000 Guineas, owned by Godolphin. Lady Lara, a mare born in 2011, sired by Excellent Art, out of Shanty. People say this is still the Pippa Song line. Pippa Song, the second dam. Dancing Rocks, the third dam. Lady Lara raced 26 times in her career, 6 wins, 5 seconds, and 4 thirds. In the first 3 in 15 of 26 starts, earnings of £496,485 UK pounds. In her career, good solid horse, Lady Lara. At 2, she was third in the Group 2 Mayhill Stakes at Doncaster. At 3, she won the listed Dubai Duty Free Cup at Newbury, which might be the Fred Darling. She also won the Pebble Stakes. She was second in the Stakes in the Group 2 Mrs. Revere Stakes. She was also placed in the listed Dick Hern Filly Stakes at Haydock. Third in the Group 3 Strensel Stakes at York. And third in the listed Michael Seeley Memorial Stakes as well. At 4, the horse won the 2015 Group 2 Honey Fox Stakes out in America. She also won the Group 3 My Charmer Handicap. Second in the Group 3 Noble Damsel Stakes. And third in the Group 3 Athenia Stakes. And at 5, she was placed in the Group 3 Endeavour Stakes as well as being a stakes race winner. Very good horse. Additional produce there. 2022 filly by Wootton Bassett. Black type producer, and I did find a couple. This one owned by Ben Sangster. The Changing of the Guard. A gelding, born in 2019, sired by Galileo out of Lady Lara. Changing of the Guard raced 12 times in his career, 3 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. 7 out of 12 starts in the first 3. Earnings €11,520, 287,303 UK pounds, and 58,500 American or Australian dollars. Not sure what that is yet. Changing of the Guard, I remember this horse going round. It won at Royal Ascot. It won the Group 2 King Edward VII Stakes of 2022. And it also won the Group 3 Chester Vase as well. Didn't place in any classics. At 4, the horse was placed in another 2 Group 2 and Group 3 races, the Hardwick and the Ormond. And at 6, the horse was placed in the Group 3 Colin Stephen Quality at Rosehill. That's why I said that might be Australian dollars, because I think I remember that horse going round. 2025, the horse is still going round out there. But it's Royal Ascot winner, Group 2 and Group 3 winning 3-year-old. Westerberg and Coolmore owned horse. Shantez, horse still going round now, a filly. Born in 2022, what the Lady Lara page refers to, by Wootton Bassett out of Lady Lara. Shantez never out of the first 2 in 3 starts. Earnings of €73,040. So far, 2 wins and a second. Shantez the winner of the listed Ingabel Stakes of 2024. Trained by Jer Lyons and owned by Newtown Anna Stud Farm Limited. So yeah, Lady Lara has certainly done her bit, hasn't she? It's fair to say. Next one we need to take a look at, Superstar Leo. A mare born in 1998, sired by College Chapel out of Council Rock. People will see that Dancing Rocks is also the second dam of this horse. Superstar Leo, who raced 13 times in her career, 5 wins and 4 seconds. 9 times out of 13 in the first 2. Earnings of £194,956 UK pounds. Superstar Leo managed to win the Group 3 Norfolk Stakes at Royal Ascot of 2001. And she also won the Group 2 Flying Shoulder Stakes the same year. Has been placed in the Group 1 Phoenix Stakes. Placed also in an Abbey in her career, as well as the listed City Wall Stakes at Chester. Before suddenly dying on June 2024. She had a very eventful career, it's fair to say. And she bred some nice horses, came out of her. Enticing is one. Enticing, a mare born in 2004, sired by Pivotal out of Superstar Leo. Enticing ran 16 times in her career, 5 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. 7 out of 16 in the first 3, and she earned £133,357 UK pounds. Good solid career, Enticing at 2. She won the Group 3 Malcolm Stakes at Glorious Goodwood. She was also placed in the Group 3 Cornwallis Stakes at 3. The horse won the listed Lansdowne Filly Stakes at Bath. She was also placed in another 2 Group 3 races. And at 4, the horse won another Group 3 back at Goodwood, the King George Stakes, and was placed in the Palace House as well at Newmarket. Dual Group 3 and listed winner. Enticing, a 3 Group 1 to 5 winner, one master. We're going to take a look at that horse in a moment. And the colt by Fascinate Rock before suddenly dying in 2022. One master, a mare born in 2014, sired by Fascinate Rock out of Enticing. One master raced 23 times in her career, 7 wins, 4 seconds and 4 thirds. In the first 3 and 15 of 23 starts, earnings of 939,644 UK pounds. Like the previous page, this horse has won 3 Prix de la Forêts at 4, 5 and 6 in 2018, 2019 and 2020. She also won the 2017 October Stakes, the 2018 Group 3 Fairy Bridge Stakes at Tipperary, and she also won the Group 3 Oak Tree Stakes at Goodwood at 6 in 2020. Was she any more Group 1 placed effort? She was actually in the 2019 Group 1 Queen Anne Stakes. She was third. She was also second that year in the Falmouth and the British Champion Sprint. That was probably her best year. And she was also third in the British Champion Sprint at 4, at 6 as well. Trained by Willie Haggis. Very good career, it's fair to say. One master had. Next one we're going to take a look at is Stellar Star. People will see that Superstar Leo is the third dam of this horse and Enticing the second. Stellar Star, a filly born in 2017, sired by Epaulette out of Compostela. Stellar Star raced 7 times in her career, 2 wins and 2 seconds for earnings of 91,042 US dollars. Stellar Star won the Group 3 Kilovalent Stakes of 2019 at Leopardstown, and at 3 in 2020 she was second in the Group 3 Honeymoon Stakes out in America, as well as being placed in the list in the China Doll Stakes. Group 3 winner, Group 3 winning Irish 2-year-old Stellar Star in her day in Ireland. Next horse we need to take a look at is Centerville. People will see again that Superstar Leo is actually the dam of Centerville, a mare born in 2009, sired by Danehill Dancer. Out of Superstar Leo, Centerville raced 10 times in her career, 3 wins, 2 seconds and a third, earning 58,751 UK pounds. At 3, Centerville won the listed Lingfield Fleur de Lis Filly Stakes. It's the second horse on this line to have won that. She was also second in the Group 3 Jersey Stakes of 2012, as well as being placed in another listed race at 3 and placed at 4. Colt on the ground by Dabarism, born in 2019. Listed winner, Group 3 placed. Centerville, can't knock horses like that. Rogue Lightning, people will see that Superstar Leo is the third dam of Rogue Lightning, a gelding born in 2020, sired by Kodiak out of Field of Stars. Rogue Lightning has raced 14 times in her career, 4 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, 8 of 14 times in the first 3, earnings of 145,697 UK pounds in Great Britain and France. Rogue Lightning was quick in her day. She managed to win the listed Scarborough Stakes at Doncaster, and she also won the Group 3 Dukan Sprint out in Qatar this year in 2025, as well as being placed in the Group 2 Shakertown Stakes at Keeneland as well. Placed in the Group 3 Prix de Petit Couvert last year as well. Interesting horse, Rogue Lightning, it's fair to say, owned by the Rogues Gallery and now owned by Wafnan Racing. Few horses on this line definitely made their mark out in Hong Kong, and we're going to take a look at some of them now. People might remember this one going round in England. Rivet, you'll see there that Dancing Rock is the third dam of this horse. Rivet raced 14 times in his career, 3 wins, 2 seconds and a third, earnings of 566,600 Hong Kong dollars, 228,780 British pounds, and 68,580 French dollars French Euros, sorry, up today. This horse, a Group 1 winner at 2, won the 2016 Racing Post Trophy when trained by Willie Haggis. The horse also won the Group 2 Champagne Stakes the same year. Classic placed in 2017, third in the French 2000 Guineas, and the horse was also placed in the Group 3 Craven Stakes the same year before leaving to go to Hong Kong. The next two, very closely related to this horse, but they had better success in Hong Kong than Rivet did. Booming Delight, a gelding born in 2013, sired by Fastnet Rock out of Starship again, the same family. Booming Delight, 16 races, 6 wins, 5 seconds and a third. This horse earned 6,729,121 Hong Kong dollars and 10,474 Great British pounds in the first 3 in 12 of 16 starts. According to this site, at one point, the horse managed to win the Group 3 Lion Rock Trophy of 2017 at Sha Tin and was also placed in the Group 2 Sha Tin Trophy the same year. The horse used to be named Out and About when it was racing in England. Very interesting Hong Kong-based horse at the time, as is this one, Pete Packing Tycoon, a gelding born in 2008. This horse was also known as Alexander Pope, sired by Daniel Dancer again, out of Starships, a replica of the horse we just looked at. Packing Tycoon raced 45 times in his career, 4 wins, 4 seconds and 7 thirds. 15 times out of 45 in the first 3. Career earnings of 296,396 New Zealand dollars. This horse did most of its racing in Ireland and then went to Hong Kong and New Zealand. The horse won the Group 3 Gallinule Stakes of 2011 and was placed in the Group 2 King Edward VII Stakes at Royal Ascot the same year, also known as Alexander Pope in them days. Next one we need to take a look at is San Donato. People will see that we're going back a bit now. Dancing Rocks is the 4th dam of this gelding. San Donato, born in 2016, sired by Lope de Vega out of Boston Rockers. San Donato's raced 17 times in his career, 4 wins, 4 seconds and 3 thirds. The horse has placed 11 of 17 starts and has earned 50,979 UK pounds, 68,580 euros and 367,600 Emirati dollars. I'm going to say that. It's it. UAE dollars. I know the horse has gone around in Maidan a few times and other places. San Donato's had quite an eventful career from 2 to 7, winning the listed Doncaster Stakes of 2018 and being placed in the French Guineas of 2019, another classic placed horse. At 4, the horse was placed again in a Group 2 race this time, the Summer Mile, and the Group 3 Earl of Sefton Stakes the next year. At 6, the horse finally won another listed race, winning the listed National Day Cup in the UAE at Abu Dhabi. Before in the same year, 2023, the horse was back again to finish second in the race. The horse trained by Roger Varian and Doug Watson out in the UAE. Dual listed winner, classic placed in his day. San Donato. December Draw, a gelding born in 2006, sired by Medicis out of New York. This is an interesting horse. Dancing Rocks is actually the 3rd dam of this horse. December Draw raced 26 times in his career, 8 wins, 3 seconds and 6 thirds. 17 of 26 starts in the first 3. The horse managed to earn 613,050 Australian dollars and 23,144 British pounds. December Draw was the winner of the Group 1 Turnbull Stakes out in Australia in 2011. The horse was also placed in the Underwood of 2012 and the winner of the Group 3 Naturalism Stakes in Australia at Caulfield in the same year, 2011. No pattern forming in the UK, but the horse was a Group 1 and Group 3 winner in Australia. The gelding, very good horse, December Draw. I think it's definitely worth us taking a look at the 6th dam of our horse, Crow de Rossa, a mare born in 1967, sired by Grey Sovereign out of Quesnel, because she's a classic winner I think. Crow de Rossa. No, she isn't. Sorry, she's Group 2 winner. My mistake. Crow de Rossa won 3 of her 4 starts, according to these. 23,072 US dollars. Winner of the Group 2, Primio Lydia Tessio in Italy, before sadly dying in 1990. There's a full sister to her, I think, out of Quinnell that is a classic winner. That's where I went wrong. Yeah. Cerrito is the name of the horse, born in 1970. Sired by Claude out of a dam called Quinnell as well. Cerrito, I think, did win the Italian Derby. He did. Won the Italian Derby of 1973. Also won the Premio Lazio, the Premio Bassana, and the Premio Campobello, second in the Group 2 Italian St. Leger as well, and third in the Premio Nico Castellini. The champion 3-year-old in Italy in 1973. The horse went to Italy, to Australia, as a stallion, Cerrito. And I did find out again through the Japanese site, the horse did sire Group 1 winner out there, the sire winner of the 1986 of the Galaxy, and the runner-up in the Group 1 Queensland Derby. Imperistato, Improcetto, and Richfield for the best progeny out of Cerrito from a limited horses stored on this database, Japanese database, but it gives us a rough idea. The horse did sire one Group 1 winner, at least. On the historic dam line, well, we're there, really. We are definitely on the session we need to be, is quite easy to spot. There's Quinnell, who we've just looked at the dam of the 6th dam of our horse, and Cerrito, and then it's straight on to ours. That with the 2 classic winners, Power and Footsteps in the Sand, that we've already looked at, winning 1,000 guineas, unproven really, over the Derby trip. We haven't found any Classical Oaks winners that we've looked at. We found a couple of Leger winners, an Italian Derby winner there from 1970. The only 1.5 mile horse that we found. But yeah, interesting horse, I think. Green Impact, without any shadow of a doubt. The Italian Derby very much looks what it is. The first 3 of the UK Derby at Epsom, with none of them, they've all reopposed again. So I suppose if you're a fan of the Epsom Derby, then you probably think the UK Derby is the Irish Derby, this coming Sunday, is a magnificent race. But I'm not too sure myself. So what it's time to do now, it's time to close down a few tabs now to save on CPU and watch the horse Green Impact win 2 pattern races. We're going to go back to the 3rd start of the horse's career. The horse had already beaten Classic Watch 25 horse Delacroix in a maiden over a mile at Leopardstown, before the same 2 horses reopposed as part of the Forerunner Group 2 KPMG Champion Juvenile held at Leopardstown. I think it's part of the Irish Champions Weekend in September. We're going to take a look at that race now. I think Green Impact's win in that race, and then we will have a look and see what we think.
4 runners are lined up. Off. A mile to go, the KPMG Champions Juvenile Stakes. It's a Group 2. Then it is Green Impact, just leading up Delacroix, improving his Bernard Shaw, playing white cap on the outside and dropped out by a couple of lengths as Green Triangle. As Bernard Shaw heads, Green Impact, followed by Delacroix. And 4th of the 4 is Green Triangle as they continue towards the end of the back straight. Bernard Shaw and Declan McDonough now forcing it from Green Impact and Shane Foley, then Delacroix. And Ryan Moore with last of the quartet, turning out of the back straight, Green Triangle and Dylan Brown McMonigal. In the lead by 2 lengths is Bernard Shaw, heading soon for the halfway stage of the 4 furlong point. Is followed by Green Impact. And now there's 3 between 1 and 2. Nudged in 3rd is Delacroix, with the back marker continuing to be Green Triangle. In the lead is Bernard Shaw, working back for the home straight with just over 3 furlongs to go. In 2nd place is Green Impact. Ridden along in 3rd is Delacroix. And still at the back as they run round the home turn is Green Triangle. Bernard Shaw first in from Green Impact as they pass the two, and then Delacroix followed by Green Triangle. Racing to the final furlong and a half in the KPMG Champions Juvenile Stakes, and one out from the rail. It's Green Impact coming to press. Bernard Shaw were trying to bridge the gap in third as Delacroix. It's Green Impact, fractional leader from Bernard Shaw, and Delacroix on the outside. Green Impact in front from Delacroix as they go close home. Great Impact again confirmed superiority over Delacroix. Third was Bernard Shaw, well clear from Green Triangle.
I think it's worth mentioning what the commentator said there, because this horse has beaten a horse,
race, the KPMG Champions
Delacroix, that was very highly fancied on the day for the UK Derby, wasn't he? Unfortunately, the horse sort of flopped on the day and hasn't even warranted a place in the Irish Derby, which to me is a bit surprising. But this horse that we're following, we've had a look at here, Green Impact, has beaten Delacroix on 2 occasions. I thought that was workmanlike rather than impressive. I don't know how good that Bernard Shaw is, but I thought Green Impact took plenty of getting past, and he didn't really put the race to bed with any great conviction, did he, that Group 2 race? But like I said, that was the Derby favourite, Delacroix, this year, back in second place. So at the end of this season, that might not prove to be a bad run, it's fair to say. Time will almost certainly tell with that one. Then the horse Green Impact was deemed good enough to take a place in the UK 2000 Guineas, where the horse never really landed a blow, finishing 6th behind Ruling Court. But it was a good, solid classic introduction, wasn't it? This horse was already running a classic. And then the horse was against his elders, 3-year-olds and above horses, and back at Leopardstown on the 5th of June 2025, only up to 1 furlong to contest the Glencairn Stakes. But there was old horses in here. So we're going to take a look at the Green Impact winning the Glencairn Stakes now, and then we will see what we think again.
They're off. Missing the break was Lafayette in the 7-runner Irish Stallion Farms EBF Glencairn Stakes over the mile 1. As they sort themselves out at the end of a furlong, it is Green Impact, the nose banded as Zada. Right with them is Cutterwood and Crystal Clear, having to jostle for position, and then Brave, East Watch, Lafayette. 6.5 furlongs to go as they continue their progress down the back straight. Green Impact and Shane Foley. One out is Azada and Chris Hayes, being followed by Cutterwood and Billy Lee. They're tracked by Brave, Colin Keane, Crystal Clear, Sean Bowen, and then East Watch, Andy Slattery, and finally Lafayette and Dylan Brown McMonaghan. But it's a packing field. Heading out of the back straight, Green Impact by less than a length to Azada, then Cutterwood and Brave. The final 3 are Crystal Clear, East Watch, and Lafayette. Very few changes as they've passed the halfway stage in the Glencairn Stakes. Green Impact leads narrowly from Azada, followed closely by both Cutterwood and Brave. And then Crystal Clear, East Watch, and Lafayette. 3 to run. Green Impact and Azada. Not much between them as they turn into the straight. Followed a length and a half back by Cutterwood and Brave, now been shaken up. Then Crystal Clear, getting reminders as Lafayette, and relegated to be last as Each Watch. They've a furlong and a half to go. Green Impact is giving generously for Shane Foley. Have gone back into a couple of lengths advantage from Cutterwood, who's staying on into second ahead of Azada, and the gap then to Lafayette. Green Impact with a new challenger now. Cutterwood on the outside as these two battle inside the last 50 yards. Green Impact is off the mark at 3. In the Glencairn, second, Cutterwood, and Azada, Lafayette.
Again, another interesting performance, I thought there. The horse Green Impact looks a very genuine horse, doesn't he? It's fair to say. I don't think anybody can dispute that. He repelled a Classic Watch 24 possible Azada in that race as well. So in both races we've looked at, he's beaten Classic Watch horses. Then Colorwood came and had a go at the end. That's not one of mine. But yeah, I thought at the end he was holding Colorwood quite comfortably. Green Impact there. I don't think Colorwood at one stage ever looked like going past Green Impact on the day. So Group 2 winner at 2, listed winner at 3, Classic 6th. Can this horse make his mark on the Irish Derby this coming Sunday on the 29th of June? Well, like I said, his form over the UK Epsom Derby favourite Delacroix, I think he has to enter equations, don't he? I think it would be very foolish to rule this horse out. We've seen him related to other classic winners in his pedigree. Horses like Footsteps in the Sand and Power have become very workable stallions in their careers, haven't they? You know? So I think this horse is interesting, Green Impact. Will it be good enough to make a stallion? Time will tell, but it will be interesting to see how owner-breeder Mark Chan campaigns this horse. Is he going to think of setting up his own stud? You know, he had horses like Angel Blur that I think are standing at Sunby in France as well, at stud now. Is this horse Green Impact going to sort of be Mark Chan's first own stallion? And is he going to start standing stallions at Markstown Farm? I don't know. I don't really know much about the operation, but it's certainly worth watching. You know, definitely interesting times ahead for the Hong Kong-based owner-breeder of Green Impact, Mark Chan. But for now, I think we can think about leaving this video here now. Thank you very much to everybody that takes the time to watch this video. As always, it's very much appreciated. It'll be very interesting to see if Green Impact will line up in the Irish Derby this coming weekend. And if he does, then I imagine you will see him on classicwatch25.great/site.net at some point. Right, what I will do at the end of this video is I'll leave you a copy of all the Classic Watch 25 possibles for you all to look at, so you can look at them in your own leisure and see what other ones you like. And I will also give everybody the opportunity who has sat and watched this near 62-minute video of me banging on about horses without being subscribed to this channel. I think it's fair to say that you probably enjoyed this video. You sat here 62 minutes deep. I think the best thing you can probably do is subscribe to the channel, and that way you will not miss any other of these horses or any other videos such as this that you might enjoy. You're obviously free to totally disregard that if you wish. But I think if you sat here for 62 minutes and you've enjoyed this video long enough to watch it for that, then I think it's worth you subscribing to the channel, because chances are I might make another video that you enjoy at some point. But for now, I think I'll leave this video here now. Enjoy the rest of your week, everybody. Quiet week upcoming, like I said, regarding racing, I think, ahead of the Classic this weekend, the Group 1 Irish Derby at the Curragh, a race I am very much looking forward to. Will Green Impact prove good enough to figure in that race? Time will tell. But for now, I think I'll leave this video here now. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones, everybody, and goodbye.